Hmm. Well, we'll wait here for a few moments and we will begin together. So just take a moment and get yourself settled as we begin with another Zen Times offering. Keep welcoming people who are signing in. Glad to have you join us. We have a little over 5 minutes before we get settled in. So, welcome to all of you who are signing in. And just take this time to begin to bring your awareness back to where you're sitting or laying. And as more people sign in, it's good to see you there or not see you there. Glad to see that you're joining in. And welcome, Kurt. Good to see that you're signing in, and just take this time because you can't just shift gears and think that you can go from the busyness of your day to refocusing your awareness and your attention. It takes a little bit of time. So take this time. Let's see, more people are signing in. It's good to see you. Hello, Terry. Glad to have you join us. Hi, Joan. Welcome. Pamela, signing in. Good to see all of you showing up and joining for another Zen Times. So just as you're signing in, and I see that Sandy has signed in, and good to see you all, as well as some people that I haven't seen before, so that's great. So this is a time just to take a few moments. We got about 3 minutes left before we officially get going. there's Kathy. Hello. Always nice to see you chime in from the home front. Oh, we've got a couple more minutes. Hi, Scott. Welcome. And Leslie from out east. Good to see you joining us. So we just have a minute or so. Just invite all of you just to bring your awareness back to wherever you may be laying or sitting, and begin to bring your awareness to how you feel sitting right where you are. And know that for this time, and this is just your time to take your time. No demands, nothing you need to do, nothing of importance, nowhere you need to go. Just feel yourself wherever you're sitting. Laying. Feel the sense of relaxation and comfort wherever you are being supported. Nice deep breath in and exhale, and feel that exhale inviting your body to relax and release and let go. I see that Karen has come in. Hello, Karen. So really begin to let yourself come into a sense of your physical presence, to remember where you are physically, where you're sitting, how gravity is supporting you. And Ellen has joined. Hello. And before we get into kind of the talk about the idea of seeking and the idea of just waiting patiently for what is arriving in your life, take a few moments, and I will ring the bowl and allow the tone to just invite you to a place of greater openness and receptivity. And the title of our night tonight with Zen Times is Be Open and Be Curious. that subtle invitation to return to a real state of presence right where you are. So take a nice deep breath. I'm turning the music back on. Just connecting. And the theme for tonight was about this whole notion of aggression. That when we are trying to seek something, when we are trying to achieve something, when there is a goal out there that we think is important to our sense of who we are, we miss the mark. And one of the things I like about Zen teachings is that they're very simple, a few lines, a few words that get us to step back and go, how does that apply to me? So when we're looking at the first Zen teachings about when you seek it, you'll miss it. When you try to grasp it, it will elude you. That when we come back, as I have said a variety of times, when you come back home, come back here and wait patiently with openness and curiosity, what will arrive? What will show up? What will make a difference in your life? Because what does show up is not necessarily universal. It's specific for you. So nobody else can tell you what's going to happen or how it's going to happen or what's going to show up or what are the 5 steps to achieve A, B, or C. But to sit in a place of presence. And let go of that aggressive achieving. That we have to get somewhere. We have to prove something. There's a destination. And there's one of the things I share in my retreats is this whole idea of a destination addiction. That where I am is not good enough. Where I am is wrong or different or has to be changed. And so we have to achieve a destination to approve of our worth. I know personally that that was something that was an underlying driving force of my life for many years, was trying to get somewhere until I realized that somewhere was right here. That was not always an easy thing to digest or assimilate or accept. My ego mind kept saying, yeah, but, there's something more, there's something more. And not being able to really step back and say, maybe this is enough. And that doesn't mean kind of giving in or giving up or what have you. It's just a matter of saying, this is a good place to start. So when we're looking at our own journeys, it's important to ask ourselves, what is the underlying expectation that we have to get someplace other than here? Because how we manage here with patience, with openness and compassion, will be the foundation for what opens up to us from now on. It's not about, oh, I have to achieve A, B, or C. It's a matter of, let's start here and see what begins to evolve. So the second Zen teachings that I put out there, and again, to remind you that the Zen teachings are a method. They're not an end result. That it was, if you step back and start from where you are emotionally, physically, spiritually, and wait, the teacher will come. Who can say who the teacher is? It could be an event. It could be a person. It could be a circumstance. It could be something unsettling or disturbing. But if we pull back and stop our aggression at life, trying to make things happen according to what our small self wants to try to achieve, then other things begin to happen that were not expected, that were not anticipated or planned for, but end up being very, very useful. And a lot of times when we work at our personal or spiritual growth, we think it's going to work out well. We think it's going to be a positive experience. We think it's going to be an enlightening experience. We have to be careful of how we attach our expectations for outcomes and step back and wait and see what is coming to us. Carl Sagan, the astrophysicist, once said that we must wait because something miraculous is coming our way. We don't always know what that is. So when we look at the idea of how we attach our ego wants to our growth, our spirituality, our physical health, we can be really disappointed. And so when we look at the fact that we have to let go of trying to control outcomes and rest in the place of being so that we can receive what's needed. And it isn't in a book. It isn't in a 10 steps to whatever. It's staying open and waiting for the teacher to come. And the teacher isn't always a person or a book. It could be an experience. It could be a sunrise. It could be any number of things. But when we let go of wanting it to be a certain way, then what's been waiting for us can find its way to us. So the two little Zen Proverbs that I put out there are an invitation to consider more deeply. What is it that is true for me? So I'd like you to take a few moments and get yourself comfortable. We're going to do a bit of a meditation here around this idea of being open and being curious. What's in store for us? What's waiting for us to clear away the noise, the distractions, and all the layers of shoulds and ought tos and rules and regulations? If we can let some of that settle down, what's been waiting behind all of that for us? So take a moment, relax, settle in, bring your awareness away from me and your screen, and pay attention. Let the busyness of your mind begin as much as possible to quiet down. The face and the neck muscles begin to relax. The shoulders and the arms, wherever your arms may be, just let them feel completely at home with wherever they are resting. Let your upper chest relax. Your breathing become deeper. Let your middle abdomen get soft and comfortable. Your lower abdomen, your pelvic region, your buttocks, that whole region that holds so much stress and tension. To rest. Wherever your feet are resting, let them feel that connection. And I will ring the bowl again as an invitation for you to follow the tone to a more spacious, open, and quiet place. So bring your attention to your breathing. Allow it to relax and follow your out-breath all the way down to its completion. A comfort, a relaxation. Rest there until it's time to inhale. Do so comfortably. And then follow that out-breath all the way down to its completion. I use the image of a leaf falling from a tree and how it finds its way through the branches, floating on the wind, going all the way down until it rests on the forest floor. So allow yourself to return to that place of calm and comfort. To remind, to remember, to return. And as you follow your out-breath down, very powerful, return back to a place of complete presence, of openness, curiosity. What is there if I stop thinking, if I stop analyzing, if I stop feeding it through all the channels of how I've been taught to think and feel? What's really there? If I'm open and curious, what can be there that will teach me? Not in any kind of academic or theological way, but in a very deep spiritual way. That if I let go of trying to achieve or figure out and quiet to a very deep place, what's really there? Follow the out-breath. Come back, return, remember, and remind. And be curious and be open. Not to try to learn things based on what we've been taught, but to learn what's really there. Could be surprising. Could be confusing. It could just be what's been waiting. And our spiritual path is based on being curious and being open. Not restricting our experience based on thoughts or feelings or opinions or ideas, but just that sense of openness, curiosity. If I just be quiet and rest with openness and curiosity, what's there? So as we begin or continue our exploration, keep in mind that we make it a lot more difficult than it needs to be. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy or a piece of cake. But if we allow ourselves to move more deeply beyond all the layers of how we've been taught to think and feel, and listen more deeply, ask more deeply, be more open and curious, we can be amazingly surprised at what begins to come into our consciousness. So as we wind up for tonight, if there are questions, puzzles, comments, I'd be happy to entertain them. Or if you'd like to, you can message me through the Zen Times site. I'd be happy to answer anything that comes up. But just let yourself remember to come back into your physical presence. Start there. That's where all meditation starts, is to come back and remember, bring ourselves back into a physical awareness of our being. To remind ourselves that all that goes on up here, while some of it is valuable, not all of it is necessary. And to return, to come back from focusing so much on the outside and coming back, to return home. thank you for joining all of us, everybody who chimed in and what have you, to continue our exploration in Zen Times of a variety of different ways of enhancing and deepening our presence with how we are in the world. Because that is the only foundation for any kind of meditative practice. It's not to achieve an outcome, but it's to provide us a foundation, a basis, a returning home, so that when we move out into the world, we do so with a greater sense of depth, patience, openness, and compassion. So, be well, stay safe, be smart, and we will be back here in 2 weeks. And always remember to smile.